Hello, Matt.
Hey.
We haven't done this in a while.
No, I am very excited.
All right, Matt, I got a puzzle for you.
Oh
Earlier,
no, the game
no,
hasn't even started yet.
earlier this evening, there was a bag of hamburger buns sitting on my counter. At a later point this evening, there was an empty, torn up bag of hamburger buns sitting on my dog's bed. Matt, what happened to the hamburger buns?
You got really hungry, and you dug into the hamburger buns, and then you were embarrassed, and so you blamed it all on the dog.
Matt, you're gonna be fucking terrible at this game. Oh my god. So this is Return of the Obra Dinn, as the title screen declares. It is the...
Wait, was I right?
This is Return of the Obra Dinn, as the title screen declares. It is the best puzzle detective game that has possibly ever been made. It is amazing, and I played it, and I loved it, and I was sad that I couldn't play it again, because now I knew all the answers, so I'm making you play it. What do you know about it, other than it's not about dogs and hamburger buns?
Well, one thing I just learned is that it's a puzzle detective game, which is not a genre that I think I have a lot of experience with.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
We've done tons of puzzle games. That's like our specialty.
I know puzzle games, but puzzle detective games. I'm intrigued by the word choice there.
Yeah.
But no, I know absolutely nothing about this game other than Lucas Pope, so Papers, Please, which was a game I loved and played many times on the PC and on the iPad and got to several different endings of. So that sets a lot of expectations for me. So I'm excited to see what his next game is like.
It is also extremely good. Anyway, there's a lot we could say about it, but I feel like we should probably jump in. And then I'll save the commentary on the game for the pauses between the puzzle solving.
Sounds good to me, so let's do it. I'm hitting begin.
Half-Blind LP's return, only 5 years later. Or whatever it's been.
Okay. Lost at Sea. The Obra Dinn. I guess that's me.
No. What? You are not the ship.
No, I know, but, I'm assuming that's my... Oh, no, never mind. We're back. We've returned.
You are the chief inspector.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
That's you. That's not
Coffin.
you.
Woke me up.
No, that's not you. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Said you need ferry to the Obra Dinn. Not many eager for that job. Seems a bit late if you ask.
I didn't.
That's me.
That's you.
What's in the box?
I don't know. Hoist it up in a few minutes.
Hey! How?
Carefully.
Okay. Well, this is an interesting art style that I'm seeing so far.
Oh my god, the art style is so freaking cool. It is 1 bit.
1 bit. So
all the pixels are either...
only 2 colors.
Yeah, or specifically, there is only 1 color and the background. It's one of those things that looks really simple, but just an absolutely amazing amount of technical work went into making it look good. Because as you're going to see, it's a fully 3D modeled environment that is every frame by frame drawn in 1-bit stuff. Oh, hey, let's just get this out of the way real fast. Pull up the options menu, like hit escape, or whatever the equivalent is. Yeah, so hit monitor.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Yeah.
I was confused because it said Macintosh, but I'm playing on a PC.
Yeah, see, these are the colors of the, various monitor manufacturers and such from the 80s or whatever.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you pick your favorite. I ended up sticking with Macintosh the whole way through. It was a little less harsh than the others, and honestly, the kind of greenish faded into black for me by the end.
Wow. Okay, so they're really going for a classic feel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play any games that looked like this?
No, I didn't personally, but...
What are some games that looked like this?
That's a good question. I'll research that and get back to you in the next one. Hey, let's get on the goddamn ship.
Okay, so here's my friend. I actually don't know
Well,
any of the... Oh, well, thought I was pressing the interact with friend button, but I actually pressed the climb ladder button. So, that's what we're doing now. Goodbye. Remember me. Okay.
it's okay. You can go back down.
Okay. So I'm on a ship. So this is the Obra Dinn, and it's been missing for a long time. And
Yep.
here's a skeleton.
It is what's called an East Indiaman, which is a class of ships used by the East India Company for their travels from Britain to the Orient and back.
Okay.
It is actually apparently extensively modeled off of real ships of the time. And a lot of the design decisions that you might see in some of the lower decks that strike you as weird or artificial are in fact
It's too heavy!
Huh. Okay. Are in fact what?
based on what actual ships did and had for reasons that we often, though not always, understand.
So far the only button I've found is moving around, and then I can press left trigger to sort of zoom in.
And the interact button that you used earlier to climb up.
Got it. Well, that's right trigger or also the A button. Okay. So what's too heavy?
Take it yourself or open it here.
The box that you asked him to get up to you somehow.
Okay, well, let's just open it here then.
Good idea. Man, you're a pro. You solved the first puzzle in the game.
Press the A button. You're a winner. Return of the Obra Dinn, a catalog of adventure and tragedy.
Please do not read the entire letter out loud.
Okay. Henry Evans.
So the middle paragraph on the second page is the critical, that is what the game is. If you caught that.
This middle. Regrettably, failing health has allowed me to produce only
On the
a
right-hand
basic outline.
page.
Ah, okay.
So
This
is your job. Your job is, you are an insurance investigator. Your job is to determine the name/job and fate, as in how did they die, or if they didn't die, what happened to them, of every single person who set sail with the Obra Dinn.
Wow, there's a lot of information going on.
Yeah, keep flipping through the pages for now. It actually won't let you close the book until you flip all the way through it.
Okay.
And you can obviously click on those to zoom in.
How? Oh, I see. Got it.
Those feet are your current position and orientation.
Oh, got it. Okay, so that's going to be useful.
So the thing I will tell you, the single biggest hint that you're not going to appreciate how big of a hint it is until much later. Every piece of info... Oh, hang on. Go back. You want to look at the crew and the life at sea images.
Oh, got it. So when I zoom in, I can see more details.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's a lot of crew on this ship.
There are 60. You are responsible for all 60 people.
Okay. You
and-
were about to tell me a very important
Yes.
point.
Every single piece of information the book gives you is... Oh, no. You can't do this yet.
Says you.
I'm very confident you can't do this yet. But also, if you
But
pull
I get
back...
it, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Right, if you pull back and then look at the life at sea, now that's that image that you were attempting to select that one dude in. Between the images on this page, the art on this page, every single person on the ship's manifest is present somewhere.
Got it.
Anyway, the hint is that all of the information in the front of this book is really, really, really useful. This is one of the things that makes this game so genius, is that nothing is wasted. Like, the map is important, the map of the ship is important. You can use every single thing in this book to solve or at least help different fates. And there's lots of different ways you can get at many of the answers. It's really open-ended, and like nothing is wasted, and there's multiple paths to most of the important destinations.
And they're even giving me some clues on some of these things here.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you what those clues mean yet.
Okay. Wow. This is a very bold choice to have the player step through now 70 pages of an empty book before you can continue playing.
Yep. It's interesting. It's really trying to make sure you're aware of the scale of your task before you start.
Wow.
And then you catch this little detail.
Wow. Chapter 8, The Bargain. Okay. I mean...
And this stuff is very, very helpful if you don't understand any of the terms. Though it's like if you already knew all your ship's crew and all their specific roles, it would be less so.
Okay. Well,
you don't have to read all of them now, but you will probably want to make sure you get them all later.
I gotcha, but let me just skim these. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of these seem self-explanatory, but bosun, I like that. General crew operations. So this is like human relations of the...
No. It's in charge of commanding the seamen and directing them.
Got it.
Like, the bosun is the boss of all the seamen and topmen, etc.
Oh, and there's a difference between seamen and topmen.
That is important. That's one of the most important distinctions if you don't already know
Higher rated seamen, above deck in sails and rigging, or manual labor. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well... Oh, and orlop is a word I don't know. Mid-deck. Alright. Oh, that's a little ominous. Okay, there's no way to, like, interact with that skull. There's just a picture of a skull there.
Nope, you're done. You reached the end of the book.
Ooh, and a pocket watch. Remember death. Okay. I wonder how I pull up that pocket watch.
You'll see how when the time comes. You don't have to do anything right now. You can head back on the boat. This guy's gonna sit here looking down and grousing for the entire remainder of the game.
Oh, nice. Well, every time I press the Y button, I bring up my book. So far, that's... And then the right trigger is my action button. So far, that's all I've learned.
Mm-hmm. No, the device of the book is great, because it really makes you feel like you're not just, like, finding clues, but collating information and cross-referencing stuff. And it's really, really... It's why I described it as a detective game and not just a puzzle game. You, the player, have to actually think about what's going on.
Well, now that I know that I'm trying to solve people's, what happened, definitely this guy seems like a person of interest.
Hey, it's the pocket watch.
Captain! Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells! You bastards may taste exactly what I give you!
Okay, so I'm like in a frozen moment in time here.
Mm-hmm.
There's two guys kicking it. Okay, so the guy is dead on... I mean, the obvious answer is it's whoever's with this hatchet. With this face here.
And so what you're seeing and what these dioramas will be is the exact moment of death. Which in this case...
This individual.
Yeah, in this case, since he's shot by a gun, that's like the same as the moment of killing. But doesn't always mean that. It will always be the moment they die. So there's literally nothing you can or should do right at this moment except wander around and look.
No, I get that. But,
Yeah.
Even though this is about this one man's death, there's information to be learned here.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't do anything.
Yes. This happens automatically after like 30 seconds in each scene.
Okay. Huh. I don't think I pressed anything to bring this up.
You didn't. Don't stress. God, I love this music. I associate it with this game in such a positive way now. It's close to the equivalent of like victory music from a Final Fantasy game. It's just like, oh man, yes. So,
Okay.
you can answer. So poke around on this page.
Well, here's the thing that's weird to me is I was being very cautious in that last exchange. I was paying a lot of attention because I thought I was going to have to enter all this information myself. Mm-hmm. But it was all entered automatically.
Some of it is. The only thing, what you are on the hook for is, who is this? How did they die? And you will have to answer those two questions for every single member of the crew.
Got it. This unknown soul met an unknown fate.
Now, you definitely don't... Oh.
In one memory. Okay.
That is often, but not actually necessarily true. There are definitely some times when it is totally possible to identify a figure, even though the game believes their face is still blurred. But generally, it's true.
Alive, no. Definitely shot. Wow, there's a lot of ways that these people died.
Uh-huh. And then this is the trick. You gotta identify who killed them if they were killed by another being.
So, I mean, he was knocking on the captain's door and he broke it in. Now, reason would suggest that was the captain who shot him, but is this beyond a reasonable doubt? I don't think so. This is the end of the book. Anyone could have gotten access to the captain's quarters. Who knows what happened in the first 100 pages.
They were calling out Captain, But of course, do you know that that guy was still the captain at the end?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm implying.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Don't.
And here's the thing. You should only fill in the information you are certain about.
Really?
Yep. You should not.
Because I was actually just about to suggest the exact opposite. I was about to say, it's good to have some working assumptions.
No, you can.
I feel like captain's as good as any.
You should remember that, but in general, you shouldn't. And if you want to just say, yeah, I bet it's that likely, that's fine. But in general, with these things, you are better off only putting in stuff when you are sure. Now, note that there's an option for unknown officer or unknown passenger. So if you've identified a person's job or role, you can put that in like, okay, I don't know which of the seamen this is, but I know it's one of the seamen. You can do that to help remind you. But by and large, don't put in information until you're sure.
Okay. So my inclination there was going to be to put in captain, but based on your tip, I'm going to go with an unknown officer.
Yeah.
Whom I think is the captain.
Yep, and who knows, maybe you'll get resolution very soon. So you can also re-listen to the dialogue later if you want. But did you pick up what the X's were?
Location of the corpse.
No, in the dialogue.
Oh, no,
I'm flagging this because I know a couple people who played the game missed this until quite late, and it's not meant to be a hidden thing.
Does that mean that that's the dialogue that this individual said?
Exactly.
Okay. That is not intuitive at all, but good to know. Okay.
Well, he says, lest we break it down, and he's the one holding an axe.
No, that part I get, but that an X would indicate that this man said it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
arrow or something. Whatever. Okay, got it.
Yep. And that's not like an insight that's critical to a puzzle. That's just a bit of the UI the game expects you to figure out. Now,
So I'm back here.
Now, here's another thing that a lot of people just straight up missed. Zoom in on one of these people.
Oh, it kind of gets a glow.
Yeah, see? If you zoom in on any figure that you're close enough to in a scene, it will highlight that person, who that person is in one of those drawings.
Wow. Okay.
And again, this isn't like a puzzle you're meant to solve, just a UI feature that some people missed.
Wow. Interesting.
It is very useful.
Seems like him. Okay. Well, I'm also noticing that I can't go too far.
Nope, but it is always, always a good idea to explore around the outside of things to see what you do notice. Very, very frequently it will be the case that the clue to solving one death will be somewhere in the periphery of an entirely unrelated, or, of someone else's death diorama.
And this door was not open before.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just tell you, you can always return to any diorama you left.
Can I open these doors?
Nope, not in a memory. Some doors you are able to open in real, actually exploring the ship, but not all of them.
And I can't push past this guy.
Nope, this is frozen in time.
Okay. Well, that was good that I went and explored up there, because I did find another man.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Back through the door.
But now, look at the captain's quarters. Yes, this is the other trick, and I'm just going to make it explicit because the game doesn't tell you. If a door is ever opened within a diorama you explore, then that door becomes open in that fuzzy form in the real ship. This is how you gain access to more and more areas of the ship.
Got it. And now we've got 2 more dead.
Mm-hmm. And generally, doors that have those little X's where the keyhole would be are the ones that are plot locked in this way.
Oh, and what's this out here? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go. I'm guessing this is the captain. He's got a cool hat.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie.
Okay. Don't really understand how that escalated to this that quickly.
Well,
So, can I open these things?
no,
I don't think I
no,
can.
no. And you never can and you never need to.
Oh, that's the same guy with the knife in his
Yes,
mouth.
it is, which tells you that what relation does this scene bear to the previous scene you explored?
Presumably not too long after, but definitely after.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's about to die.
Yep. Now, that's something that when you look in the book,
Oh.
well, it'll actually, you'll see.
Okay.
And now if you flip one page to the left, and here's this. So this is useful, though not actually ever critical. The book organizes all of these events in chronological order for you. If you're ever confused, you can just check the book to see which comes after which. That's another one of the things where that is not meant to be a secret.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh, that's the same guy from
So if you look outside on the
there.
deck,
Well, let's just double check. Yeah, okay. As expected. And this guy's gonna be dead right here. Okay. Alright, I'm with you so far.
excuse me.
Nothing much to it. So why was that guy running and jumping off this edge with a knife in his teeth? That's interesting. Okay. Well, I feel like that's all there is to learn about this scene.
You can
That's
fill in
not that.
some
So the
details.
captain is killing someone. Oh yeah, you're right. I should pull up this. Well, face.
Oh, this I forgot to mention, but this is also really, really useful.
So he was knifed, I guess. Is that the word? That
Yep, that's what it wants for that. Absolutely. Although it is pretty, for most of the deaths, it's pretty lenient in how you phrase it.
Please explain. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just saying. Check out the tutorial again. Got it.
In this case, it's completely right. You do not have enough information.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's all. I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be more later, but that's good enough for now. So I have to exit here, and then I can check on that third body. Oh, so even though I use that door in a different location on the
It
ship,
always returns you to the place where you used... Ah, but that door hasn't opened in a cutscene yet, or in a diorama.
Yeah, got it.
Once a door is open in a memory, you can walk through it in real time.
So is this the captain? Let's see. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing the captain is Mr. Bowstaff here. Let's see. Yeah, that's him. Alright. And this guy I have not seen before.
Oh, really?
Oh, unless he's the guy with the knife in his mouth. But I don't think he is.
He totally is. I'll save
Oh,
you the
totally
time.
is.
And in fact, if you look around, where is the knife?
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Now
The
that's
game
bad.
is very, very good about props. Keeping track of props and weapons and all that sort of stuff is really, really useful.
So, whose body did I find? Because it seems like they could both be about to die.
You are definitely looking at the... Well, here, it'll show you. That one. The one being smacked in the brain pan with the bow staff. Yep, no dialogue for that.
Clubbed, I guess?
Yeah, that works. Really, if it feels right, if you know what happened, then you can be... different words will work just fine. Whoever this unknown officer is, he's a total badass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a knife in his back, though, or side. So that ain't great. Oh, and my door's open now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing the captain makes it into here. Oh, hello. Alright, I get why you like this game. This is...
I wanna keep going for another 2 dioramas before we call it a day.
Okay.
You'll see why.
this is pretty interesting stuff right here.
Yeah, it is. And it's such a great little introductory sequence.
It's a very one-of-a-kind experience so far, too. Alright, so, and again, I can go up here, and maybe there's something else. I don't know. I feel pretty clever for having spotted that guy with the knife in the other two dioramas, although I guess a lot of people probably would have.
It's less... The thing is, it's less about whether you spot things and more whether you recognize the significance of what you spot.
Right.
There's no such thing as a hidden clue. Start with the other guy.
Start with the other guy?
Yeah. Start with the guy on the floor. Trust me on this.
I guess that is the
Trust me on
obvious
this.
thing to do.
Yeah. The payoff is much, much, much better this way.
Abigail, your brother, my friend. I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything.
And with that one dialogue, we now have enough clues to resolve a bunch of information.
Okay, well, this is our captain again.
But now,
Coward's way out.
but now we can determine conclusively who he is, who she is, and who at least one of our victims was.
Okay, so is there a quick way to sort back to that manifest?
Yes, there is a button that goes all the way back to the table of contents.
And it's probably not this
I
button.
want to say like X, maybe?
Okay. The crew. Here it is.
I will not hold your hand nearly as much, but I want to make sure that you're not struggling against the basic mechanics.
Okay, so that's Abigail Witterell.
Abigail Hoskett Witterell.
Let's see. Seems like just the one. Okay, so now I'm looking for another Hoskett Witterell. Oh, that makes sense. So Hoskett would be the maiden name.
Mm-hmm.
So her brother would be William Hoskett, first mate. Okay, so the guy who was shot is going to be the first mate. Oh, I want to go back to the table of contents. The end.
And note, you can now see his picture.
This is like those old, like, logic puzzles that you used to do.
But much more involved than that. And the thing I will say is that you never have to guess. You'll often find yourself in a situation where you can brute force like 2 or 3 possibilities, but you never have to. Hey, go back to the, you can figure out at least some more identities than that. Like, who's that guy? Who's the dude who just shot himself?
Well, he's married to Abigail. Oh, so we know his last name from that. Okay, fair point. So that's this guy. And
No, it's not that guy. That's the guy that the dude who shot himself killed in the previous diorama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, zoom in on this guy if you don't believe me.
Okay, but how do I want to go to this guy's page.
Oh, it
I
hasn't
haven't gotten it yet.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to spend like 30 seconds or whatever in the memory, not just flipping through the book. This often catches me off guard.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, this we can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna look up what Abigail's. It was Witterell, so that means that this is Robert Witterell, the captain. And I'm gonna say shot himself.
Or suicide, even.
Oh, was that an option?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Though I suspect you could say shot with a gun by...
Himself.
Yeah, but this is simpler. This is an important mechanic. Every time you get 3 complete fates correct in all parts, it will record that for you.
Got it.
So this is how you can do some brute forcing. Oh, hey, you can fill in the by.
Okay.
And the one more.
Okay. Oh, right.
So now you have 2 complete fates that you're pretty sure about.
Yep. Okay. And soon we will get to log some information on Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but she's probably been dead for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I load up her sequence, it's not necessarily going to be in the same time period.
In fact, if you look at the book, you'll note that you've now seen all 4 memories from the end.
Got it.
Now, I think we should look at one more memory and call it a night.
Okay. Why is it pulling up? Oh, 2...
Because you have now seen all 4 memories. Whenever you uncover all the memories, it does this sort of thing. Oh, well, not that. That just indicates, hey, you've got it. Sometimes that will be different. But that's all. I want to let you know, hey, you found them all.
Alright. Okay, wow. A what?
Welcome to Return of the Obra Dinn.